What's up? Welcome to my video. So I'm in a situation right now. I am parked at the Home Depot. I have a bunch of stuff in the back of my truck, ready to go home and work on some stuff. And guess what? My truck is not starting. It is not trying to start at all. So basically, everything on this truck actually works. Radio works, blower motor works, all the lights work, except I can't get it to crank. It won't crank at all. I've tried like 10 times already to crank it. Nothing. Had this situation happen about 2 months ago, and turned out it was the battery. I switched up the battery. I was hoping that was the end of it. Haven't had that situation come up until today, and I'm thinking it's a whole different situation in the battery because I swap out the battery. What are the chances that I've had a battery for a good maybe a month and the battery goes bad on me? I don't think so. But anyway, had to test that out. Turn on the headlights, went out, checked the headlights just to see how bright the beams were, and the beams were pretty bright. But just in case, I did get my booster pack, 75%. Put it on there, try to turn it on, nothing happens. I did notice that there was a little bit of stuff. Corrosion on the terminals. So I pretty much just took the terminals off, cleaned it, popped it back in, put the booster pack on it again, try to crank it up. It wouldn't crank up. So all those situations didn't crank up. So I know 100% it's not the battery. I didn't leave the car running or anything like that. So, I also know that it's not the alternator, seeing as how if it was the alternator, this truck should have just cranked up, and and as soon as I took the cables off from the booster pack, it would have died out, but it didn't do that. So I know it's not the alternator. So I know it's not the battery. I know it's not the alternator. I was thinking maybe it'd be a ground issue, a weak ground or whatever. I checked out the ground, and it's grounded it's pretty good. Grounded pretty good. So here's the situation right now. I'm stuck with a whole bunch of stuff in the back, and I'm not able to get this car running at all. So basically, I was thinking, what are my options at this point? There's got to be at least a couple of things I could do, try to get this car working. So I took the fuse box off. I was looking around, seeing if there's anything that was maybe a wire that was broken off or something like that, some switch that was not popped in. Looked around, didn't see any of that. So I was like, okay, let's move on to the fuse box. Took the cover off, and I was thinking to myself, maybe it's the relay. Hopefully it's the relay. Some easy fix like a relay or a fuse. I could deal with that without a problem. There's an AutoZone close by. I could go to AutoZone, get one, pop it in, have it working. Apparently that's not. Unfortunately, that's not the case, because I did actually check out the relay. Didn't seem to be a problem with it. But the way I tested it out is I took out the relay from another relay that had the same numbers on it, popped it in, and tried to crank it, and it didn't crank at all. At that point, I was down to maybe a fuse issue or something like that. So I was thinking to myself, all the times I've had fuse issues, it wasn't kind of like this situation. One time I had a fuse that caused the car not to start. It was a main fuse that was blown that connected the battery to the fuse box. There was absolutely no electricity inside the car when I had that issue. Unfortunately, that's not the same here, because this situation with this truck is I am getting electricity throughout the truck. Not a problem with that, but I just can't get it to crank. All right. The other fuse issue that I had previously was on a car that I had, and it cranked up, but it wouldn't turn over, meaning that I couldn't get it to run at all. So that problem there could not get the car to run. Found out that it was the fuse to the fuel pump, either that or the ECM. It was a while ago. Changed that up, and the car cranked and started without a problem. However, in this situation here, this truck cranks, but it won't turn over. So I can't rule out the fuse and the relay. I can rule out the relay. I can't rule out the fuse 100% because I don't have a fuse tester on me. I could probably get one at Home Depot. I'm not sure where they sell in the electronics department. That department where they have all the wires and the fuses and stuff. I don't know. I don't think they have it there. But anyway, at this point, I'm down to the starter. Now, I had the starter swapped out like about 6 months ago. I had swapped out 6 months ago. Granted, it was a refurbished starter. It was a refurbished starter, so it was rebuilt. So I know if you guys don't know anything about rebuilt starters, I'm hoping it's not the case. But rebuilt starters, what they do is they actually swap out that one part that's broken on the starter, and they pretty much just clean up the whole entire starter. They don't replace any other part besides that one single part that's broken, and they'll just call it refurbished. That's what you're getting pretty much, as far as I know. And that's what I got 6 months ago. It was half the price of a brand new starter. It's 100% warranted, lifetime warranty, so I don't have a problem with bringing it back. But to be honest with you, 6 months, it only lasted 6 months, meaning that some other part of that starter, broke. So I don't know if that's the case or not. I don't know if that's the case or not, but at this point, there's no way for me to test out the starter. I don't have a crowbar, a long enough crowbar to actually bump it. I mean, I could probably go to Home Depot and get a couple of things, but I'm not going to do that right now. It's about to get dark, and I'm going to need to get AAA out here to tow it with all the stuff in the back, and get home, and then I'll figure out what to do about that. But that's going to take a couple hours. If you guys are in the same situation, thought I'd make this video for you guys. Hopefully it helps you guys out, but stay tuned. I'm gonna give you guys an update on this whole entire situation. All right, I'm gonna give you guys an update on this. So basically, I waited 2 hours for AAA to tow my truck. Got it towed back home, and I did some work on it. Tried to boost it up the next day. Try to boost it up with a booster pack. My booster pack that had it 100%. Try to boost it. Nothing happened. I had a bigger booster pack in my other car, and tried to do that, and nothing happened. So I knew at that point it was not the battery. Just need to rule that out. Tested all the fuses. All the fuses were good. The relay was good. Didn't need to test that out. But at that point it was the starter. I took everything off, ran a line from the battery to the starter, just trying to see if it actually does anything. I heard nothing from it, so I knew at that point that it was the starter that was the problem. All right, took the starter off, went to AutoZone, had them test it out. But I didn't really need to do that because I've tested out starters before. But it was definitely the starter that was the problem. I was thinking about maybe spending $300 getting a brand new starter instead of a refurbished one, but didn't want to do that. Really didn't want to do that. So instead, what I did was I got another refurbished one for free. It was a lifetime warranty. So popped it in, got it started. It works. Everything works. Haven't had a problem with it since. So I'm gonna say these starters that I refurbished, man, I couldn't tell you how many refurbished things that I've gotten where I've had issues. I had an alternator where I got a refurbished one from AutoZone, and a year later it stopped working. But anyway, I didn't want to spend $300 on a brand new one. Got another refurbished one. Hopefully this one lasts longer than the one I got. But regardless, if you guys want to leave a comment, please leave your comment in the comment section. Please give me a thumbs up, and please subscribe, guys. All right, take care.